Woke up this morning, saw the numbers drop. The screen's on fire, but my heart won't stop. My wallet's thin, my faith is frail. This digital gold turn a paper trail. Bitcoin's crashing, oh Lord help me please. Down on my knees like a beggar in a breeze. Saving grace or a cruel tease. Bitcoin's crashing, oh Lord help me please. Bought in high, thought I'd ride the wave. Now I'm digging deeper than an early grave. Preachers say money won't save your soul, but tell that to my empty bowl. Bitcoin's crashing, oh Lord help me please. Down on my knees like a beggar in a breeze. Saving grace or a cruel tease. Bitcoin's crashing, oh Lord help me please. Hallelujah to the dollar I used to know. Now I'm praying for a miracle to make it grow. Sisters in harmony, lift me up tonight. Sing it loud till the morning light. Bitcoin's crashing, oh Lord help me please. Down on my knees like a beggar in a breeze. Saving grace or our cruelties. Bitcoin's crashing, oh Lord help me please.
Not much like that and be breaking. So play. English way.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, Jason, Braden, Bella, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It felt like a fuzzy slipper day. It just, I don't know. I came out here and it really, really felt like I needed some personal comfort here. So we went with fuzzy slippers because I don't have any more money. Podcast, your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. Sure as fuck not today. We're telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. Joining me, as always, greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the original, the mighty Bell. How are you doing tonight, Bell? I'm just going to let her go ahead and carry on, even though she's muted. So it's funnier that way. We need funny tonight, guys. I don't know. How are you doing tonight, Belle?
You know what? Until then, I was having a fantastic day. Yay for mute button issues. But okay, it's been a very busy, very productive day today. I mean, the rodeo team was fantastic, and I've been in touch frequently with them today too. So all good.
All good, yeah. And well, I don't know about all good, Belle. Did you look at crypto? Do you have alerts? I don't set alerts for any crypto. I refuse to. But anybody who does, you just blew up. I mean, it's a bloop, 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 bloop. That's it, man. I swear to God, it's those alerts cause more FOMO than anything else. That's it. Those alerts are the things that cause this massive destruction. Now, for what in particular is happening, I'll say it simply. You wanted the suits. You got the suits. And this is what the suits do. They are not in it for your ethos. They're not in it for new money. They're in it for any money, and they're going to take advantage of it whenever it happens to come across. Now, I happen to notice, because I take a look at these things, and anytime Friday comes around, Friday late afternoon, I'm glued to my leverage charts, because I want to see the longs, I want to see the shorts, I want to see what is about to happen. And sure enough, man, there were many billions of dollars worth of shorts that were opened up on Bitcoin about 3 minutes before that announcement came out. So is it insider? Probably. Oh, well, yes, it is. I'll go ahead and say that now. What are you going to do? Sue me for what? What are you going to sue me for? You just wiped me out. So, yeah, is it pure market manipulation? Yes, but this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. Now, the big whales, these guys got no problem doing it, because for them, with the volume that they're dealing with, a couple percent, 3, 4, 5% is a massive day. It's a corner office. It's a pretty secretary that you are allowed to sexually harass. It's all of those things. For us, it's kind of like the end of times. And it's interesting watching Bitcoin go down 7, 8, 9% and watching the alt market just get destroyed. I think one of the big losers out here, aside from anything in the cosmos, was Atom. Atom got shellacked. Bell, pull that up right this second. Tell me what the Atom price is, because I went long. I saw that thing blink down to like $2.52, and I shoveled it in. I shoveled in a nice fat 5 figures at $2.52. So if it's above that, I'm having a great day. I'm having a great day. If it's below that,
$2.91.
Yay! Look at here, big old round of applause, folks. I did post it, so it's not like I did this in secret. I did post it on Twitter. I said, "You take a shot." Look, man, you're starting to meet the unstoppable force and the immovable object are starting to come together right there in the middle. And I talked about it a couple nights ago, and it's, it used to be FOMO. Now it's FOFO, fear of finding out. And I think every time we have one of these real kind of blackish swan events, people are finding out. And that is the one thing that simply cannot happen over here in crypto, is the fear of finding out. And what I mean by that is they're going to find out that the emperor really does have no clothes. The majority of the people who are in here, ethos be damned. You guys pissed away the ethos when you let the ETFs come in. When you're basically politicking on getting these ETFs in. And be honest, you know why? To pump your bags. That's it. Not because you thought having heavy traditional finance over here, the real sharks. It was never about that. It was simply about pumping your bags. And when you want the suits show up, and the suits can do this, and they can do it any damn time that they want. So the fear of finding out is your castle that you thought was built on a solid foundation is absolutely built on sand. And that son of a bitch is going to crumble whenever anything kind of twitches a little bit. Now, this is clearly spurred by Trump's announcement of 100% tariffs on anything coming out of China. And that is above and beyond anything we're already tariffing them at. That's an additional 100% straight across the board. He put out the big presser. I read it. I understand the why. But the timeliness is always interesting, is that you're going to do it after market close. So futures go to absolute shit, but Bitcoin and crypto never close. So all we have, there's absolutely no lighthouse out here right now. And it won't be over the entire weekend. There's no lighthouse. We can look at futures, but futures can be pulled anytime before trading opens. So they're more of they're a guideline, if nothing else. So there's nothing that the crypto market can grab a hold of and say, okay, now we still got some stability. We're okay over here. Right now, it is just pure this right here. That's it. Do I long? Do I short? I have no fucking idea. The entire market this entire weekend will be purely Kentucky windage. And those of you who have never heard of Kentucky windage, ask Rock. I'm not going to explain it here. Anybody who's ever fired a rifle knows what Kentucky windage is. And that's kind of where the market's going to be over the next 2.5 to 3 days. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. The longs and shorts are fighting right now. I think $7 billion got wiped out in like a single hour, and which is, by the way, the highest, greatest single loss in that single period of time in the history of cryptocurrency. Actually, more money got wiped out than got wiped out during Luna UST. there during FTX. More of it got wiped out right this very moment. So well done, crypto. You don't know what you have. You don't understand economics. I know you say you do, but you really deep down you don't. This is not a healthy ecosystem. This is pure gambling. It's a pure casino because you do not have organic money coming in. The only thing you have is speculative money. And like any other casino, you don't sell anything but hopes, dreams, lights, and most people simply leave with a story. Las Vegas was not built on winners, and neither was cryptocurrency. Not in our current incantation. It was not built on winners. It was built on who can rear end who the most. That's it. It simply came down to effectiveness. Now you got your Binance boy out there. He's just wrecking everything. He absolutely tore apart all those Chinese altcoins yesterday, man. Those things got wrecked to the tune of 90-95% on some of these. I mean, just gone. But the money didn't disappear. It went up to your man there. It went up to CZ, and yeah, he couldn't be happier about it. Now, the fear of finding out part is usually what occurs on moments like this when you realize that people make money both going up and going down. It doesn't matter to them. They're not in this for the long term. They're in this to exploit your stupidity, both up and down. And you're going to have to come to terms with that eventually, or else this is just going to be your every single day. You're going to walk out of this market broke, sticky, and confused. You're going to make your little farewell tweeter post, and that's it, man. You're going back to work at Jiffy Lube or whatever you happen to be qualified to do. But this is what you get when you are not dealing with a healthy ecosystem. And this entire Web3 ecosystem is not healthy. It is built purely on speculation. That's why we did what we did. That's why I'm still confident in what we're doing. That's why I'm not losing my shit right now, because we see this. We understand economies, and we understand closed loop economies because we're living in one right now. Not purely closed loop. We are still going to be susceptible to whatever the mighty Bitcoin and the mighty Ethereum do until it grows to a state where it doesn't really affect it as much. You're always going to have degens over here trading. You're always going to have bullshit speculators over here pumping it up, forming price chats, and telling you exactly what's going to happen. Who told you this was about to happen? All right, you have crypto Twitter, which is just a fountain of information. Who posted 5 minutes before that big-ass burn-off? Who posted, holy shit, look at the chart, you might want to watch yourself? Who posted that? Show me that one. Because you can't. You can't. Because if you do, there's your Nostradamus, and you should probably listen to that person. But it is just the fear of finding out. That's what we're kind of drifting into now. And welcome back to crypto. What do you think about all that, Belle? I don't want to hog the camera tonight. This was supposed to be just a fun day. We're at soft launch, guys. Sigea Cloud's at soft launch. This was just supposed to be a fun day, and we were going to drink a little bit and celebrate. But I didn't know this was going to happen because I don't look at charts. So I didn't know this was going to happen, Bella, and I don't know how to read them, the Fugazi or the Ponzi triangle or the hanging man with the erection or whatever, all the other shit that they make up for all those that are effectively worthless. They're very, very accurate about telling you what happened, but they have no value whatsoever to tell you about what is about to happen. And that's another message I've just never been able to get across. If there was any kind of accuracy to these things, then we wouldn't have business school. We would have oracle school. We would have shaman school to get people to teach them to read the charts, read the bones, pour them out there and, get the chicken bones, shake them up, pour them out and say, Bitcoin's about to go down. That would be it. That would be it. So while there may be a little bit of human psychology to them, and I'm sure there is, but there's not enough money, real money left out here in crypto that's going to be able to affect market psychology in that way. Not out where we live, not out on the fringes. So yeah, it's interesting, and I'll just kind of leave it there. What do you think there, Belle? Huh? You just going to leave me out here battling away? Because if not, I'm just going to say I'm done with crypto and start talking about Sigea. I could do either of those.
You know what? I literally have not been checking the charts today. I mean, I did my routine of claiming my staking rewards bright and early this morning. I've been on the road gunning since then. I mean, it's been a productive and busy day. So Yeah. And since I don't have alerts set up for prices going down in products that I'm not invested in,
You know what I want to say? I want to see the show of hands of which one of you sick fucks leaves your notifications on and has crypto alerts on your phone on your nightstand before you go to bed. You pick up your phone, you check the charts, you turn off the phone, and you set it down. How many of you sick bastards have price alerts on your phone? And how many times a night do you wake up when you hear, Bitcoin is up 4%? How many of you sick bastards are actually doing that? That's the chat. That's the conversation that I want to have out here.
and Braden is raising his hand.
Braden ain't got no goddamn money. Why would you have price alerts up there, dude? I know what I pay you. You don't have enough to play around in crypto yet, bro. Don't do it. All right? I'm giving fatherly advice here, young man. Don't do it. Ever. I get it. Yeah, well, you got to buy the dip, Bell. Oh, it was dipping, man. It's been dipping since it started. 4 years ago. 4 years ago. I'm sorry, not 4 years ago, about 3 years ago. We were out here just jumping up and down on our hands saying, these are not healthy economies. There will be no alt season. Do you remember how much grief we got for that shit, Bell? You remember that? Endless. Just absolutely endless. My head is in my ass. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't understand. And you really need to look at the charts, bro. I was getting 30 of those messages every single day. 3 years ago, 2 years ago, last year, and the beginning of all of this year, we've been saying the same shit. And yet, now that it's here, now that you're sitting and watching, you're just absolutely get blown to dust. All of a sudden, you complete babe in the woods. All right, look, man, it's not your fault, bro. You are simply experiencing the fear of finding out. The fear of finding out. I'm waiting to see if that shows up in anybody else's, shows up over there on crypto Twitter. I get backbenchers, man, when I really come up with a dinger, and I think that one's a zinger. It shows up in crypto Twitter on feeds that have a hell of a lot more followers than I do. So I start showing up, and I'm like, yay, look at there, Bill. We are affecting the conversation. It's usually with our sarcastic bullshit, but we are affecting the conversation. So I guess I can kind of be proud about that one. But let me give you guys...
I mean, you guys will know when I'm in full-blown sarcastic mode because there is a certain getup I will put on for it. Just saying.
Yeah, and I don't. I pretty much dress like this all the time. But let me let you in here on a little secret, guys. All right. Crypto people revolve around action. This is the velocity of money and the psychology of money. People simply react to action, whether it's going up or whether it's going down. People react. When it's trading sideways, like it has been more or less for a good long while now, everything goes silent. Crypto Twitter goes dead. Nobody cares, all right, because there's no action. And this is a speculative market that desires action. Take a look at crypto Twitter right now. Coinbase put out their post again saying that we are slowing down due to excessive requests. Those are the arbitrage bots that are just going batshit over there. So the people who were trying to sell at 118 and that son of a bitch just jumped all the way down to 112, they're pissed because they were hitting sell and the fucking thing just wasn't selling. And oh my God, fuck Coinbase. Yeah. All that other fun stuff that we get to deal with all the time. But Coinbase did put out a post and they said, sorry, we're sorry about that. This has happened multiple times and we have yet to upgrade. So we're sorry because we're really under no obligation to upgrade. It is what it is. Welcome to crypto. I'm having such an interesting day. Oh, I lost a bunch of money. I made it back on that Atom long, and it's going to be okay. Not Atom because I don't believe in Atom, but I think enough other people do that it can get back to, the market will settle down. Everyone will settle down. This is pure knee-jerk shit, guys. We see this all the time in crypto. When it could settle down, it could, I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me a bit to see it go back up to $4. I'll ride the long as long as I can. I'm extremely green on it right now, and I'll let it correct 10% before I go ahead and just realize the full profit on it. But this will settle down because it always does, man. This is just pure knee-jerk because people don't know what they have. They don't really understand crypto all the way, down, not the way we do, not the way us DeFi people do. They don't really understand it. They don't know what they're holding. It's completely irrelevant to them. But Bitcoin tanking off 10% because that's about where it was when I turned off the charts and came out to the studio. Guys, that ain't normal. All right, that's not normal for any market. And it's particularly not normal for something that has over a $2 trillion market cap to it. 10% is catastrophic. Now, again, it's trade wars. We know that they're firing up. But what if we seen every single time that we've seen the tariff back come out? Look back through history. I know it was so long ago. It was months and months ago, and nothing happened. Nothing ever occurred more than a month ago. If it occurred a month ago, it's like it never occurred at all. But every single time that those tariff bats start flying, everything settles down. The last time he did this, because he's talking, I read the post, he said it'll happen on November 1st. This will be settled before November 1st because it has each and every time. Every single time it settled down. We pushed the goalposts or the other side capitulated, but it's happened every single time. But yet, because it was so long ago, people react like it's never happened before. This is what I adore about this market. This is what I love about crypto. I'd love to watch people just completely going off on the things that they should not be going off on. You're in reactionary mode now. Don't be reactionary. Don't be reactionary. If you don't know what to do, the very best thing, in my humble opinion, and it's exactly what I'm doing, is nothing. This channel, we tell you constantly, we tell you what we are doing. And what I'm doing is nothing, with the exception of my loose cash being pushed into Atom in a long position with a very high leverage. Aside from that, I'm doing absolutely nothing because this is not my first day out here. And shit settles down. It always settles down. So I will just wait until the wheat and the chaff get separated, until the flotsam and jetsam float away, and we're going to be just about back where we were. Not much is going to change. So that's what I'm doing, but I'd love to know what you're doing. Please put it in the chat. We want to talk with you guys tonight. This is a big day for us. We got something absolutely incredible we accomplished with the Sigea Cloud. We are in soft launch now. In case you were wondering, the very latest, very functional APK is sitting in the hands of myself, Bell, and Sofa Ninja right now. Sofa Ninja and I have been testing this back and forth, and it's working a fucking treat. The web app is up, SigeaCloud.io. If you'd like to see the updates, go ahead and check them. Log into SigeaCloud.io. If you haven't logged into SigeaCloud.io lately, you haven't logged into SigeaCloud.io. Now, yesterday, as we promised, the purge occurred. All right, everybody's account got wiped. So the very first time you go to SigeaCloud.io will be like it is the very first time. Now, I got to put out a warning here. I'm going to do it again, even though we made it very, very clear on the website, the mobile app, everything. You cannot forget your password. You need to remember your password. Think of it as a seed phrase, because for all intents and purposes, it is. We don't see them. We can't store them. Lots of things are tied to that. So we don't copy it, write it down. We don't do anything with it, and we cannot help you. If you lose your password, it's akin to losing your seed phrase. If you lose your seed phrase, you're done. Now, your data is still there, still hosted, still protected. As long as you keep paying, your data is going to be there. But we cannot recover your password for you. So I want to make that real clear. Belle, was I really, really clear on that, or did I miss anything? It seems like I touched on that very, very well.
Oh, no, you were very, very clear.
Okay, maybe
you were very clear.
Maybe you
don't be a Scott and don't forget your password.
You know what?
We can't recover it.
You know what? That happened one time. I wasn't sure if they were serious yet. I wasn't sure if my dev team was serious yet. So I just threw in anything because I wanted to get in and check functionality. So I just threw in anything. And it turns out that, yeah, they were serious. I tried to get back in.
And apparently it didn't help that when you created your password, you had the caps lock on.
I did have the caps lock on. By the way, that's going everything, any feature request or quality of life requests you guys might have going now, it will not be in the next, you're effectively holding the build that we're going to be releasing. But please keep the suggestions coming because it will be going into the first update. We can't stop this train. This train is on its way. and we're not going to, stop it so that we can onboard more cargo. All right, it's too late. This fucking thing is going. We're 180 cars long. We're going, and we're not going to stop. So any quality of life suggestion or improvement you might have, let us know. We're going to document it, and we'll see what we can do to get it into the first major update. Those are going to be quality of life stuff. That's going to be spit polish. That's going to be all the stuff that'll make it from a good app to a great app. But we can't wait for perfection before we launch. We just can't. All right, we're launching MVP. It works. Bell, me, Sofa, the entire team, we verified that it works, and there you go. And to show that how easy that is, anybody who would like the Bitcoin Blues song, which we just played, post your Sigea ID right there into the chat, and that song's going to show up in your inbox. It's the little bell's going to light up, and you got it, man. It belongs to you. I made this for everybody, and I think it's funny. Suno AI was on fire today. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, we got.
I'm gonna drop one more point about using either once the new APK and IPK drop or the web app. I'm gonna make another point. I did bring it up in Discord earlier. Right now, guys, please do not try and pay to upgrade your storage. You're going to be mad because you're going to type in payment information and hit submit, and then the payment's not going to go through. That's intentional. We're not live yet.
Yes.
We don't want you giving us money yet.
Yes, we're not at launch. We're at soft launch. Now, we have dummy credit cards. We have dummy PayPal. We have everything that we set up to test the system, and the system is, in fact, functional. Now, if you've been wondering all this time, how much are we charging? Just go into, click your icon, click yourself, click upgrade, and the pay is going to come up. That's how much we're charging. We're not changing our prices. That's what it is. If you're comfortable giving us the $1.99 a month for 50 gigs, thank you, thank you, thank you. Any of the testers, we cut it off last Friday. But any of the testers up here, you guys are going to get that for life. We promised. Anybody who comes in after that very day, you're paying full freight, man. Sorry. We eventually we have to earn revenue on this, and it's going to be based on, hopefully, who our advocates actually share it with and how successful me and Bell are on the road getting the app out there. And so far, we've discovered it's very easy to get the app out there. It is not hard. I got a little wallpaper on my phone, and I just show them, hey, scan the QR code. Boop, there's the app. Jason set all that up for us. It works a treat. It sucks because he has to keep updating it. Every time we get a new build, he has to send me a new wallpaper with a new QR code. But it works a treat. The very next time that you're going to see these things, aside from us doing this soft launch distribution, the very next time you're going to see them is going to be over on the App Store and on the Google Play Store. That's it. But yeah, very easy to distribute, and yeah, there you go. Anyway, we got more to get to, but Bell, we like to AMA these things. Tonight seems like a real good night. Do we have any questions, comments, or concerns or observations? You can read them all.
Big boy, Decenter Password Manager, thoughts? Speaking on Password Manager a couple streams ago.
Yeah, I just saw their post. I haven't tried it myself yet, but I promise you that Jason is going to try it tonight. Jason's going to try it. He's going to give me his thoughts and feelings. And if they are warm and fuzzy, then I'll go ahead and try it myself. But I have more in crypto than Jason does. So I want to, he's the canary in the coal mine. So we're going to send him in there first, Bell. And what do you do if the canary drops dead? What do you do, Bell?
You don't go in there.
Or you run the hell out. So I'm going to be doing one of those two things. Yeah, if the canary drops dead, then Jason, I salute you, sir. Well done. Thank you for taking one for the team. But I will we'll try it ourselves, and I will give you my I'll give you my opinion on that. Now, this is something Nikita worked up, and I like him. This he just feels like that kind of Russian. Where was he from? He was from Belarus, wasn't he?
Yes, yes, he is from Belarus.
He feels like one of those crazy ass Russians that are like wearing fur coats and has pet grizzly bear with him. He just feels like that kind of guy. And I could literally see him sitting out there just eating yogurt and like giving a spoonful of it to this big ass grizzly bear that takes his whole hand in his mouth and pulls away the yogurt. I could see him being that kind of guy. But he's also very stand up, very, very talented coder. He's just in a bad ecosystem right now, man. Cosmos sucks as far as an ecosystem goes, and getting support from your ecosystem. Cosmos actually sucks at that. So he was great tech, just unfortunate the way everything happened to work out for them. But I like that he's got it out there. Jason's going to try it. Give me feedback. If it works, I'll try it. And if it works for me too, then Bell will try it, and we'll give you guys our opinion on it on our next stream, which is going to be a bit. Anyway, Bell, carry on.
All right, Sigea fan. Woohoo! What are the fuzzy slippers drinking tonight?
We are in comfort booze, and the comfort booze for me is this little guy right here, which is the Iowa Distilling Company, just called straight bourbon whiskey. That's it. One of the better ones that I think I've had, particularly for the price of $38 a bottle. It tastes like a $70 or $80. I mean, it's a very mature taste, and me and Belle run out there to Cumming all the time. We might have to go out there tomorrow, Belle. I only got a couple bottles left, and we're traveling. So I don't know if you've bought bourbon in Las Vegas. It's a lot cheaper to bring your own and just get tanked in your room. So yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. I highly recommend it. You guys know I'm all over the board on my bourbon. I highly recommend this one. That's what the fuzzy slippers are drinking. Hope that answered the question, Belle. Carry on.
All right, Brando Fiera. Wait, Scott, you don't believe in Cosmos?
Of course I believe in Cosmos. Dude, we've poured so much money into an app on the Cosmos. I don't believe Cosmos will support anything but Atom. That's what I believe, and I'm absolutely correct on that. I don't know if you guys remember, we went over to Nillion and just did a little pitch on Sigea Cloud. We went over to Nillion. Whether you've heard of them or not, doesn't really matter. 500 plus people were in that audience, and we did a Shark Tank style pitch about Sigea Cloud. We won the competition, so we are the award-winning Sigea Cloud. Shut up, Jason. I'm going to say it anyway, man. We are the award-winning Sigea Cloud. I've already been contacted by BD and onboarding and all those other people over there on Nillion saying, you got to come here, you got to come here. We're not going to. But I'll certainly have the meeting. But I just think it's funny that we go outside of this ecosystem, and we did win an award. It was a fan award, but who do you think we're building for? We're not building for developers. We're building for normal people. And normal people heard my pitch among 4 other pitches and said, that's the one. These are who we were building for. We're not building to please developers. We're not building to please degens. We're building for everybody else that is absolutely ignored in this space. We went over to there. They never heard of us before. We made our pitch. And these guys are coming here saying, hey, you got to come on over. We get you hooked up. We got money. We build. Yeah. Cosmos hasn't said fuck all about us. Anybody up there in leadership, have you ever heard any of them mention Sigea Cloud? Now, the answer is no. I'll spare you that research. The answer is absolutely no. So do I believe in Cosmos? I believe that we need the tech. Do I believe in the leadership? No, because it is very, very crystal clear to me that they cannot spot value, and they do not know how to build a healthy ecosystem at all. Not even fucking close. We're here now. They've never acknowledged us. None of them are using our app. They won't even acknowledge that we exist. But we go anywhere else, we 14 us. All right? We're right, and they are fucking wrong. So I hope that answers the question. I believe in the Cosmos tech. I have no faith in the people who are running this at all. Bell, carry on, please.
All right, Agent Smith, what % of our holdings do you recommend us to put into Atom?
0. Look, man, we don't give financial advice here. I go long because I like to react on people's poor decisions. That's it. That's what I do, man. Look, I'm a scalper all the way up and down. I am a scalper, and I don't have to believe in a token to make money when people are making bad decisions. That's really all it comes down to. I do not need to be Nostradamus to realize that this thing, that it's going to work out for me. But long term, I hold effectively 0 of this. And as soon as my long completes and I said enough's enough, I'm selling it all because I never really bought it. All right, I'm leveraging this. I don't physically own it. I made a promise that if it doesn't work out, I'll buy it. But it's going to work out because I'm a lucky guy. That's it. I'm not smart. I'm just early. That's really all it comes down to. I don't trust this thing at all because I see how leadership is playing around with this. They won't release their clause from their treasury, even though their treasury just dropped by 30% in an hour. But they're not going to release any of that. Not a single token. Because as long as that exists, they get to keep their jobs, they get to keep their paychecks, and the price of it is irrelevant to them. They have no motivation to bring in actual products, to support things that actually bring in organic revenue. They have no incentive to do that. As long as that money exists, they keep getting paid, and that is their incentive. That is the fear of finding out, that you really realize that's what this is about. Not building the new future or building the new internet or the internet of blockchains. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with, can I keep getting paid? And the only way to make sure that I keep getting paid is to make sure that that money doesn't move. That's it. That's fear of finding out. I won't touch it. You do you, bro. I'm just going to leave it there. Bell, carry on, please.
Sigea fan, if you forget your password, can you update your billing still?
I didn't think about that. Probably not, dude. All right, look, if you lose your seed phrase on your old computer and you lose that computer, or it shits the bed, it smokes, whatever, and you've lost your seed phrase, when you go to install Kepler or MetaMask, or don't fucking MetaMask, oh my God, are these guys in the fucking screws right now? If you go to do any of that and you come over, nobody can help you. It's kind of the same thing. Now, we're going to carry your data for 60 days after you stop paying us. Life happens, and I understand that. And if you're a military person that's going on deployment, contact at sigeacloud.io. I am a military person. I've been on deployment. I'm going to ask you for a couple things, and I'm sure you know what those are. So if you're a military person that's going on deployment and you're using Sigea Cloud, I will cover you for the entire deployment. You won't pay us a nickel. We will keep your account open. I'll expand it if you need it, but you're not going to pay us a nickel. For any military member using Sigea Cloud, where we are an ideal solution for when you are going on deployment. We are not going to charge you anything. You got to let us know. There's a couple things I'm going to ask you, and if you are a military member, I'm sure you know what I'm going to ask you. But if you do, you don't pay shit to us while you're on deployment, and I sure hope you use it. But it's free for your entire thing. You got enough shit going on. You don't have to worry about, how do I pay this so that my data's safe? We got you the entire way. So, to the original question, I think you're screwed, bro. I think you're screwed. You know what? We'll talk about it. Me and Bella war game. We can war game this a little bit, right? We'll figure out something. We'll talk about it. But as of this very moment, you got a problem, man. And again, we'll carry it for 60 days while you try to work out your issues. But after that, I have to pay for this. I have to pay Jackal to store the data. So I'm only going to do it so long. I think it's 60 days is reasonable. I think Bella will probably agree with that. Yeah, so I hope that answers the question. I wish we could do better. Belle, carry on.
All right, Agent Smith, you guys purge people's accounts at will?
Nope. We had to do it once, and if you notice, the way it was set up before and the way that it is set up now, we physically cannot. Our servers can never be cleared because all of your data is tied to a certain thing that we've been talking about on here, and we don't have that certain thing. Because your data is stored in a decentralized environment, we don't have access to it, and that includes the ability to delete it. All right, this is a Pandora's box moment. That's what I mean by soft launch. Nothing aside from us changing some of the front end or the interface or stuff like that. But the back end functionality is locked in. Consider it a service level agreement. There's nothing that we can change now. We had to purge the accounts because as we were going through this, we had tons and tons of files that had different types of encryption, different ways that we were going about it, different workflows. It would have taken us months to untangle that mess. I made the decision. Clear it. Blank slate. It works exactly the way that we want it to work right now. Everybody was aware that this was a beta test. We let their people know well before we did it. If you got anything on there that is only there, go ahead and take it off because we're purging the system. It was my decision. I want to launch, and I don't want to spend another $100,000 untangling old data. We just didn't want to do it. But now that we are at the current build that we're at, we are physically unable to purge the system. It can't happen. It just can't. Hope that answered the question. One more, Bell, and I'm going to play my other Bitcoin song. I got another Bitcoin song. Go ahead and play it, Bell. Serve it up, Bell.
All right. So, from X. All right. I love the Sigea app. Hard to say I have a question. I'm more of a fly on the wall watching different opinions. The only legit question I have for Scott is, have you heard of Bitensor and seen the subnets they make?
Yes, I have. And yes, sir. I'll just leave it there and say, yes, I have. Yes, I'm aware of it. It's not a direction that we would have went. And I'll just kind of leave it there. So, yes, sir, I'm well aware of BitSensor. I think they're doing some good stuff. I really do. Is it highly...
He actually just put in a follow-up saying, okay, I'm very interested in Scott learning about Ridge's subnet. On top of that, how it works, etc., then bringing that idea to Cosmos to replace Fetch AI.
And all right, you know what, Bell, make a note. I'll take a look at that. I will take a look at that. Oh, you want to know how funny, Bell? I was thinking about this. But I'm going to put it out here. This is just, I get a lot of ideas, and the first update is coming. And I was thinking about this one, Bell. I'm not sure how we could do this, but I'm absolutely dying to utilize some kind of AI, whether it be Fetch or even this BitSensor one. Some kind of AI in there and make it as a official Sigea Cloud AI account on Sigea Cloud. So if you were to share an image or a text document or something like that with that account, it'll come back and give you feedback on it. I was thinking about that, and I know we can do it. But would it get utilized enough, or would that be fun enough or interesting enough for anybody to actually utilize it? Because we're going to have to pay for that. So I think it'd be neat. I would just like to, share pictures via, it would be the first time ever that you would share something with AI that was truly private, all the way up and down private. The only entity that would ever see that is the AI engine that we put on Sigea Cloud. And I know you can roll your eyes. I'm just, like I said, I'm spitballing here, but it would be kind of fun. I think it'd be kind of fun to be able to just send pictures and share them with a private AI that is a truly private AI and just see what kind of responses it gets. Now, if it's anything that's based on us and considering our customer base, which are a bunch of sarcastic people, I know because I'm a sarcastic people. I recognize my own. I wonder what that AI would turn into. I just wonder. I wonder how sarcastic the AI would get if we just took completely took the shackles off it and said, learn and see what you turn into. I think it would be amazing, Bill. I think it's a really, really interesting idea. It would cost us a little bit, but the neat thing is that if nobody's using it, it won't do anything. But it's standing there waiting for people to share files with it privately as anybody could ever share files. The tech's already there. So you're just sending them the key to this particular file. The AI uses the key, opens up the lockbox, takes a look at the file, and actually sends you back something. We can do this. We could absolutely do this. And then we could say that it's SigeaCloud.ai instead of .io. We could do that. Belle, you are not a visionary. All right.
We are not feature creeping here. Save that for the later project.
It's not feature creeping, Belle. All right. It's going to be in the first update. All right.
Save that for the later project. Save it for the later project.
Who's ever seen the movie The Money Pit? All right. It's an older movie from the 80s. I loved it. Tom Hanks, Shelley Long. And I was young enough that I still thought Shelley Long was pretty. That's how old that movie is. But the Stook brothers or whoever the hell they were that were rebuilding that house, every time they asked them, they always said 2 weeks. That was their answer to everything. Now, the house is torn halfway apart. When it's going to be done? 2 weeks. That's going to be my answer now. All right, for the next 6 weeks as we're trying to, once we go to full launch and are starting to work on it, everything's going to be on the update. So my answer to any of your questions is going to be, it's going to be on the first update, Bell, including Sigea Cloud AI, your AI companion in Sigea Cloud. That's funny, Bell. That is double funny. Everybody's jumping on the AI thing. Why the fuck can't we jump on the AI thing? I feel like you're hindering me here, Bell. I think that you are taking away my sparkle. That's what I feel like. I feel like you're taking away my sparkle.
I said apply it to other projects, just not this one. Let's get this one launched.
This one is funnier if you do it here.
Creeping.
All right. Anyway, guys, Belle, ask a question. You can answer yourself. I'm going to queue up the next song, guys. We're going to take a real short break here. Belle's going to entertain you for a minute. I'm going to queue it up. I hope you like the next one. Belle, go ahead and do your thing. Ask the question, answer it, and I'll flip the page from over here.
All right, so Agent Smith, and I believe he's referencing your fuzzy slippers drinking. Do they drink a lot? They do. That actually answers a mystery question Scott has had. He keeps looking at his booze glass during shows and going, half of this disappeared. Now we know it's the fuzzy slippers. They're always...
Is that
they're
what
always
it
is?
Out is it by is it by slippers? They're comfort slippers, guys. Have you seen Bitcoin? All right, have you seen Ethereum? What else? Have you seen Atom? For fuck's sake, I need some comfort slippers right now. All right, anyway, guys, very special treat going out for you right now. AI has been incredibly cooperative today. So we got a real special song. Any song we play on this show is available on the KPOD label. And to get the songs, all you have to do is put your Sigea Cloud ID into the chat right there, and that song is going to show up in your notification bell. That's how friendly we are with this, Bell. We reinvented Napster, and it's actually a Napster that will live forever because nobody can see shit on here. Anyway, guys, we'll be back. I think this is a short song, 2 minutes, and we'll be right back here on the podcast on the KPOD network.
Woke up this morning with a hole in my screen. My Bitcoin crashing like nothing I've seen. The numbers keep dropping. Oh Lord, what does it mean? I prayed to the heavens, I got on my knees, said, oh sweet Jesus, help me please. Bitcoin blues, it's a digital storm. Bitcoin blues, my wallet's torn. Help me, Lord, I can't take no more. I sold my guitar, pawned my gold chain, invested it all, thought I'd make it rain. Now I'm just watching, feeling the pain. Sisters in the corner singing with me, somebody save us, set us free. Bitcoin blues, it's a digital storm. Bitcoin blues, my wallet's torn. Help me, Lord, I can't take no more.
Not much like that, President. It's so play. English way.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Yes, Belle, I don't know the name of the goddamn song. All right, I played it. I sent them over to Jason. If you want it, just hit up Sofa Ninja. He'll send you the song. I think they're funny. I think they're timely. And anybody wants to post that anywhere publicly, you could say you own it. All right, there's nothing I can do, and I really don't care. We'll play these, save these. We're going to keep these in the can for the next Black Swan event. It doesn't take much to rattle Bitcoin. Like I said, it's a speculative market, man. This is a house of cards like you've never seen. I have been trading every market since I was 20 years old. I have never seen anything this volatile. I mean, ever. We've been through Three Arrows Capital. We've been through Celsius. We've been through FTX. We've been through UST. We've been through trade wars. We've been through wars. We have been through everything. And it really doesn't matter. The result is always the same. You get a little bit of wiggle in there, and everybody just shits their pants because deep down, they don't trust it. And these are the zealots. These are the people who have been here forever. Deep down, they don't trust it. Because if they did, that little trade announcement wouldn't have moved that needle at all. If you really believed it's going to $1 million and it's never going to stop. If you believe the Michael Saylors, if you believe, oh God, what's that other broad's name? I forget. Ed Dummer. If you believed it all the way down, then it wouldn't matter, right? If enough people do, it doesn't matter what happens outside of this world. It just doesn't matter. But it turns out that it does, because fear of finding out is a hell of a lot worse than fear of missing out. Belle, if we got anything else, please carry on. Mariners are playing tonight.
We do.
Go.
We do. So, Agent Smith, what is your price target? And I'm assuming he's talking about Atom.
My price target is whenever I correct down 10% from how much I'm up right now. That's it. I have moving stop loss. So when it corrects down 10%, I'm up well. So whenever it corrects down 10%, I call it good. After that, I really don't care. I don't care about the token. I don't care about the leadership. They're wrong. I'm right. And that's usually, that's enough for me. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind here. So I have my price target is 10% under wherever I'm at right now. Hope that answered it, Belle. Carry on.
All right. So, coming in off of X, steal this idea. Replace reflect.app /Obsidian with a decentralized version hosted on Sigea with a digital twin of notes. TLDR notes, all notes recorded for users as an AI version.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. If you take a look at the Sigea interface, you're actually going to see a bar showing up on there called Notes. I'm a big fan of notes. I take a lot of notes on my phone. And I don't carry pencils. My handwriting sucks. I can't read my own notes anyway, so I tend to use my phone. But if you use it on your iPhone, if you use it on your Android, the very second that you start typing that stuff in, Apple has it. Apple has it. Google has it. These are literally actively monitored type of little apps. So I like to use it. I like to use notes. I don't like to tell everybody out there my business. So I would be looking for something like that coming into Sigea Cloud on the next update, Belle. On the next update. That doesn't need to be a separate app. That needs to be inside of Sigea Cloud, and I'm right about that. I'll go to the mattresses and I'll go to the board. I'm right about this. I think enough people use it, notes, and like it, that they need to be kept private. Now, we can guarantee that. So as far as integrating anything else really pulling into us, we're feeling very standalone right now, man. We don't really need anybody else. If somebody would like to build on us, contact at SigeaCloud.io, and I'm sure we can make that happen. We want data, man. All right, that's it. We're a bridge. We want data. We want people coming over and using our tech and all that other stuff, and we will help you implement it. It's not a problem. But we're not going to pay for it. We're not going to pay for it. We're not going to buy your idea and put it into our own app. If it's a good idea, you don't need us. And if it is not a good idea, then we're not going to pay for it anyway. I'd rather you lose your money than me lose mine. I hate to sound heartless, man, but I don't have the Atom treasury sitting at my disposal. So we have to make do with what we have. Anyway, hope that answered the question. Belle, carry on, please.
All right, Braden, regarding the Save Me Bitcoin song that just played, um, can we put it in Gentry's Quest?
Dude, you want the song, man. I know, considering that you're my employee, that you're using Sigea Cloud, which means, Braden, you better fucking be using Sigea Cloud, man. Because if you're not, when I go to pay you, I'm gonna need that information from you via Sigea Cloud. All right. So if you're not using it, you can't send it to me. Hence, you don't get paid. So yeah, man, dude, do whatever you want. I know that's your game, Gentry's Quest. All right, that's our young developers' little side project. Dude, you're welcome to pitch it here, man. We don't care. We're not competitors. All right, you want to
No, not at all.
you want to pitch your games on my stream, man, knock yourself out. I will literally put it right here on the big monitor and let you play it while we're going through this, man. We don't care. And Dragon, Dungeon Chain, same thing, man. Look, you guys want to splash your games up here during our stream and play them? I will do that. I got no problem. We're not competitors. We're in different worlds over here, and your action does not affect mine whatsoever. So, yeah, dude, knock yourself out, man. You want to pitch, dude. I don't care. Take it up in chat. Nobody's going to block you. Belle, carry on.
All right, so Braden chiming in. Okay, going for the audience. It's Fire talking about his game.
Is it Fire? Because you know what, dude? I've been getting into vibe coding lately and making.
Ooh, planned beta January 2026.
There you go, guys. January 2026. You heard it here first. We'll give it a round of applause. Yeah, I've been getting into vibe coding lately because I know dick about my programming language that I actually learned in school was one called BASIC. Braden, have you ever heard of BASIC? Because that's all that existed. All right, that was it. And I can actually speak in BASIC. You give me a blinking cursor right now, and I can make you a Hangman game or an adventure game appear. I know how to do that. But the modern languages, no, I don't know. Fuck all about those. But I do know how to use AI, and I know how to prompt. So I'm starting to learn how to assemble the pieces of codes to make games. And I made a Pitfall game. I'm a big fan of Atari 2600. You don't even pretend like you know what that is. Jason is probably the only person on this stream that knows what Atari 2600 is. Dude, I made Tank, which was, that was like the founder of the feast. I did Tank, I did Pitfall, I did their version of Missile Command, which was okay. And I went way back. And I'll tell you what, I'll put this up. I'll give 50 free gigabytes for life on Sigea Cloud if I say one word and you actually tell me what it is, meaning that you have to say one single line from what I'm about to say. But I wanted to play a very old game called Wumpus. Somebody is going to say the right line in here, and if you do, you get 50 gigabytes of Sigea Cloud for the rest of your life. I programmed Wumpus. I didn't do it. I had AI do it, and it worked a treat. I love the game. I used to play it at my Uncle Bill's, and he worked for Motorola way back in the day. We had to take the phone off the hook and put it into the top of the monitor. That's how old this shit was. Dial up Motorola so that we could hear that ooh-ee, ooh-ee, and connect with it so that I could play Wumpus off the Motorola server. That's how old this thing is. But when there's a lot of nostalgia that comes along with stuff that you were playing when you were 10 years old, 10 or 11 years old. So it was kind of cool. But I made Wumpus. Somebody should type in there. There's one particular line, or there's maybe 3 or 4 actual text responses that you get. I want to see if anybody has even heard of this because it was very influential in my life, Belle, and the game was called Wumpus. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
All right. So, yeah, Braden was just telling me that, okay, his game is actually named in honor of his teacher because it was originally supposed to be a final for school for him.
Is that what that was, Gentry? That's funny, bro. My best friend growing up, my very best friend, and you never forget your very best friend, his name was Jerry Gentry. Gentry, that was his name. That's just kind of funny how things work out like that. Orbits, Belle. I'm a big fan of astrology, and I believe that life forces kind of attract each other. So here we are, and I think I've proven my point. Anyway, Belle, please carry on. Mariners are getting ready to start.
All right, so comment coming in on X. Should Sigea move to all decentralized platform, not limited by Jackal? I think that is the better product, but I have no idea. I did respond to that one saying, okay, well, it has to have the right tech behind it, but sure, that's a possibility. Response to that one, true, but what if if the option to choose regardless, wouldn't that narrow down people to Sigea? You know, I don't think so actually. Mostly because we are going to Web2 conferences to talk about our app. Most of those people at conferences want to know, yeah, if they've got a problem, they tell you what the problem they're experiencing is, you tell them what you can do to solve it. They don't care about the decentralized network that it's built on. Our our project goes far beyond crypto, but it is built on blockchain.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, I don't think I've ever mentioned it to anybody who's been courting us out here. We've never even mentioned it. We don't use the word
No.
cryptocurrency. We don't use the word decentralization. We don't mention any of those things. We lay out what we can do and how our network functions. Period. That's it. We don't get into crypto because they'll never know and because they don't need to know. And if you've ever used our app or used our desktop app, which you can do right now at SigeaCloud.io, you're going to be acutely aware that we don't talk about it because people don't need to know about it. We're not trying to muddy up the message. All right. What we can do is make sure that nobody ever sees your files. That's what we can do. And it starts with us. We can't see your files. Now, we've had long conversations about this. Could something like this be used for nefarious purposes? The answer is clearly yes. Yes, something like what we're building can be used for nefarious purposes, but with great privacy comes great responsibility. And it would be to suggest that crime is going to increase because Sigea Cloud launched. And that's just a non-starter. There's absolutely nothing that can back it up, and we're not going to try to defend ourselves against that. But the people who are using our product and the people who we are onboarding onto our product right now, they don't care if it's Web3. We're not here to carry the torch for Web3. All right? The people who are carrying the torch for Web3 are your Michael Saylors, are the people who just nuked off Bitcoin 10% in 20 minutes. Those are the people that are carrying the torch for Web3. It ain't us. All we do is say, this is the problem we solve. And we work incredibly well right now. So, yeah, as far as getting into the weeds, we just don't do that out there, man. We sit there, we talk to people, and we listen. We hear their problems, and we offer a solution. If they're interested, great. If they're not, we're not trying to change their mind. Yeah, but we're so much better because of X and Y and Z. We don't get into the X and Y and Z because they don't care. We have about 10 seconds. That's the attention span of anybody we talk to out there. We have 10 seconds to convince them that we're a solution. If they're interested, great. Here's our card. Let's talk. We have meetings set up for weeks. If they're not interested, I simply shake their hand and I move on. I'm not going to try to guilt somebody into using the app because that's not going to be a good customer. It's going to be a problem, and right now we don't need problems. Anyway, hope that answered the question. Belle, carry on.
Agent Smith, is Sigea still viable? What?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, Agent Smith, is Sigea still viable? Well, yeah, why wouldn't it be? The day it becomes not viable, the day we have to stop working on it, we'll let everybody know. And that's not going to be for probably 30, 40 years from
No.
now.
Is it still viable? I don't know, man. Is privacy important to you? Honestly, look, man, there's two things that we have going for us here with Sigea Cloud that simply nobody else does. One, client-side encryption. I understand a lot of protocols are starting to go this way, but these are the protocols that have absolutely butt-fucked you from a privacy standpoint over the years. So just because they say, yeah, but now, okay, we learned our lesson and we're going to go ahead and give you encryption. We're doing that day one because we believe that that's a marketable product. But The other thing that we do is that we don't have any limits on file sharing. We're a utility app as much as we are a privacy app. If you want to share a 5 gig video, click the video, click the 3 dots, click who, and off it goes. You just shared a 5 gigabyte video. Nobody else can do that. Dropbox can't do that. Nobody else can do that. We can do that. And we can do it secretly, meaning that there's only 2 humans on the planet that know that that file was shared. You, who shared it, and the person who received it. We don't even know that you did it because it doesn't matter to us what you do with the data because it's your data. That's like me busting into your house and saying, how dare you rearrange your furniture? It's not my business. And your data is not my business. Keeping it safe, keeping it secure, and keeping it private, that's my business. But what you do with it is all yours. We are a privacy app and we're a utility app. And as long as those 2 things are still viable, then we're still viable. When that doesn't matter anymore, we shut down. But I don't predict that day really happening. In fact, I think it's going to go the opposite. I think people are starting to lean into privacy now more than ever, and they should, because you've been absolutely laid bare for decades. People are stuck. They don't have a choice. We're a choice, and I believe it's the right one. So I hope that answers the question. Belle, carry on. We're a little bit over time, and I got to go.
I am going to make a point on that one, just saying, okay, guys, we've literally been paying out the nose for development. The last code push to the GitHub happened 8 hours ago. Yes, we do have a GitHub. No, it is not open source.
No.
It will never be open source. I'm literally looking at the timestamps on it. Okay. I mean, it is hard to fake that data. I mean,
no, and if you want our code, tough shit, man. Build your own. All right, look, we're not we don't have a token. All right, we don't have to build in the open. We don't have to do any of that shit. If you trust us, if you believe in what we're doing here, then welcome to Sigea. If you don't, go. Good luck in your search for a substitute, because right now we're the only game in town, and I love being the only game in town. Anyway, whatever's left, Bell, it's lightning round it, because I do want to make some popcorn. That's my dinner tonight, and I want to watch my game.
Nico J, in this dark period in which governments in Europe want to implement a digital identity for each citizen, don't you think that they will try to slow down the use of technology such as that proposed by Jackal and therefore your activity?
Of course they will. Now, tell me how they do that. I mean, that's it. Anybody could say anything. All right, we're going to shut down the internet. All right, watch your society turn to bedlam. And I mean, inside of an hour. That's how long it takes right now. Everybody is locked in on this. Pandora's box opened 8 hours ago when we made that very last code push. Pandora's box is open, and there is no closing it now. It's out there. We are out there. Now, if you want to lock us out, you want to shut us down, governments, Europe, whatever. And by the way, pretty much the entire Middle East, we're geo-blocking them. I don't want them using our stuff. There's obvious reasons for that. I'm a military guy. I'm sure you can figure it out. So we're geo-blocking effectively everything in the Middle East, man. You guys can build your own. But yeah, if you want to shut us down, man, shut us down. We don't expect to get any action in China. But we expect to get good penetration in Japan. We expect to get excellent penetration in South Korea. We expect to get excellent penetration in India. That's what we care about, because that's where people are that have open minds that will embrace the kind of tech that we built. But we're not trying to capture the entire world. And if Europe is so far gone that they are simply afraid of people being able to mind their own business, figure something else out, man. If they want to block us, block us. There's nothing we can do to stop it, man. We're a tiny little startup. I can't fight France. I can't fight the UK. I can't fight any of those people. But you give me enough penetration in Japan, you give me enough penetration in Korea, you give me enough penetration in India, and suddenly you're going to have to start paying attention to us. After that, we can have the conversation. So I think we're an ideal solution for countries everywhere that exists in the European Union. We are an ideal solution. Will they let it happen? We'll find out. Right now, we're so small, people aren't even going to know. But
there's one other thing, and our lawyer loves us for it. with the way we're built, we have legally what is called a warranty, and that will go a long way to protecting Sigea and our interests.
And that will sure be nice. We'll find out if that holds up in court, though, or not, Bell. Fortunately, we have a benefactor, so he's got floors of lawyers. We're ready for this fight. Anyway, go ahead. Carry on, Bell.
Last question coming in from Braden. Sigea trip to Japan when?
Yeah, it'll be Korea before that, dude. I really expect that we'll get more action in South Korea. I used to go over there every year, dude. I was a military guy. I was actually commander Naval Forces Korea. So I think we'll get much better penetration over in Korea than we will in Japan. Japan's a hard nut to crack, man. But if we can get a little bit of action over in South Korea, if we can get a little bit of action in India, it gives us a lot more weight in our bag when we start going after Japan, and we will be going after Japan. They just elected a new prime minister, very conservative gal, that would probably not exactly turn her nose up at something like what we're doing. So yeah, stars are starting to align for us a little bit. But again, to harken back to that earlier question, 8 hours ago, man, it all changed. All right, that final code push. We can't change it now. These are service level agreements. They're locked into the protocol. There's nothing we can do now. It's out. It's amongst the world. The APK and IPK are sitting there in our hands, and there's nothing that there's nothing that can be done to stop us. So we're
The only reason we have not released those to the rest of the beta testers yet is because we are literally beating the crap out of those ourselves to make sure they're good enough to come to you guys, and then have you guys beat them up more.
Yeah, I think it's release ready, but I got outvoted. So we're gonna wait until we get it finished up. It was gonna be tonight. It'll probably be unless I check Telegram and I see that we're good to go. But I'm not gonna look right now. I'm on a stream. Look, it was supposed to be today. It'll probably be tomorrow. So it's ready for you, man. That's all I got to say. And we can't change the code anymore. You're looking at Telegram right now, right this second, aren't you? I can see your eyes going down. You're looking on your phone.
Yeah, I'm going down. I'm trying to see what time it is in India.
They're probably asleep. So anyway, with that, guys, great week. I appreciate it. Bella and I will not be on next week. We're going to be out hustling in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada again. Small business conference, marketing conference. There's a lot of good networking that happens out at these things. And we rep products and they rep us. It's just kind of funny what'll happen with the handshake and being friendly when you're not competing with everybody. That's the Web3 world. Everybody's competing against everybody else because the only thing you have to sell are tokens. We have solutions to sell. And it makes it real easy. So we're going to be out there all next week. Well, it is smoky in here, Belle. You said... Look at the clouds. I got billowing. We're going to be out there next week, so we will not be live. I'll be putting out some shorts. I'll show you guys what's going on out there if you're curious. But we'll fire it back up when we get back in. I think we're back in Friday, so probably won't do a Saturday stream. It'll be Monday next week, and we'll just go all week and give you guys updates, listen to your feedback on Sigea Cloud, see where we're at. But with that, I'm going to go watch the Mariners finish up their series and win the ALDS. I'm very excited about this. But Belle, if you could, talk us up, take us out.
All right, again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys and the comments and questions that you send our way. Now, with that being said, we are not going to be on until Monday, October 20th, getting closer to Halloween. Tick tock, tick tock. In between now and then, if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to either Scott or myself, scott@thepodcast.com or bella@thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you next time.